All right, so I promised you guys a while ago that I do a comparison between these two heavyweight runners right here. These are both incredible shoes that New Balance offers right now. You have the 1080 V13 with the Fresh Foam X, and then you have the FuelCell Rebel V4, which is the fuel cell technology in the midsole. Now in this video, I wanted to kind of break down some of my pros and cons for both of these models and leave you guys hopefully some information on which one you should consider buying if you don't actually want to just end up buying both of them, which is honestly not a bad idea because both of these are absolutely incredible. But let's go ahead and get in the video. Hopefully you guys find it informative. And if you guys want to buy either pair of these, I'll link them in the description of the video. I'll also try to pin a comment with the links to both of these as well. And if you guys do use my links, it lets New Balance know that you guys saw the channel, lets them know that you guys made the purchase through my video. But I greatly appreciate it when you guys do use my links. I can't tell you guys enough how much it means to me and my family when you guys do that. So these two shoes are amazing. Let's just start off by that. If you guys have either pair of these so far, leave a comment in the comment section, let other people know what you like or dislike about these models that you did get, because honestly, they're both like just insane. So I went to Arizona a little bit ago and I wore these two shoes exclusively just to really do this video and just kind of give myself a sense like which one is the better of the two. Now I'll tell you, it's not that easy of an answer because both of these shoes have incredible upside. So we'll get started with the New Balance Fresh Foam X 1080 V13. This one has quite a crazy revamp from the previous. So this is my fourth version of the 1080s that I've tried, starting with the 1080 V10s, and that one changed the game for me. I was like, New Balance is doing things that I had no idea they were doing. That's really what helped get my sponsorships and my partnerships with New Balance, is just organically posting those videos out there. And they've done such an incredible job evolving that shoe. So this is a shoe that is really solid from the lifestyle perspective, but also for people that run. I know a lot of people run in this model as well. Again, the price point is $165, and I would say the fit is true to size. I do get a 9.5 regular size, and I'm perfectly happy with that. Now they do offer wide and extra wide versions for those people that have really wide feet. Definitely worth taking advantage of that. New Balance has done a great job keeping up with their line in wide versions for those people that need the extra width. Something that's really important because not everybody's feet are going to fit in these narrow little shoes. So I get the true to size version, and in my opinion, this is the most comfortable version of the 1080 line that they have thus far. They weigh about 9.2 ounces in my size, and the outsole traction is pretty thick as well. You do have a nice little extra rubber on the bottom. The upper is kind of like an engineered mesh, nothing too fancy here. You do have an N on the side for that. New Balance as well as on the other side, it's smaller. The tongue is pretty plush, and then the collar is pretty plush. I do like that the tongue is semi-gusseted as well. Makes these very easy to put on. You just grab the tongue and throw them on. You can slip your foot in, no hands test. I've done that in these and it works perfect for me, and that's basically just when you can slip them on and go. That's the way I like to wear my shoes personally. They're just the most convenient for myself. And so the structure and the tongue and everything works perfect for that. The midsole is crazy though, as I mentioned. It's the most comfortable version of the 1080 that I've tried thus far. It's insanely soft and squishy. Like, I don't understand how they can get softer and squishier than the previous years, but it really is. Like, it's insane. And not only in the heel squish, like the heel squish is super satisfying to step in, but the forefoot as well. When you roll off, there is like a really crazy squish heel to toe transition that happens there. And it's nice and like squishy, but it's not so soft and stuff where it feels like memory foam. There's some spring back to that as well, which cannot be said for some other foams on the market. Like, some of them feel like you just sink in and then it's like a slow recovery out. This one definitely has a bounce back and a spring back, kind of almost similar to FuelCell, which is interesting. And so for those people that don't know the difference between the two technologies, the 1080 V13s have Fresh Foam X. The Rebels have FuelCell in them, and the FuelCell material is softer, squishier, in my opinion, in hand, but it's also supposed to be New Balance's responsive foam. So the one that has the snapback and the bounce back and really made more for speed. The Fresh Foam X is more for like recovery and kind of slower, like cushions, pillow soft landing. As we're getting into the 2024 year, I'm finding that those lines are blurring pretty quick because this is softer and squishier in hand, and you do feel a crazy amount of squish, heel toe transition off the forefoot in the heel squish, just like you do in the 1080s as well. And this is, again, Fresh Foam X. It's the softest version of Fresh Foam X that I've tried on my feet, and this is an incredible soft pair of FuelCell as well. So all I'm saying is, yes, the technology has names out there, but they do have different tiered versions of the Fresh Foam X and the FuelCell as well. And this FuelCell is insane, and this Fresh Foam is insane. This Fresh Foam honestly feels like the FuelCell from the previous year. It's like insanely good. And so don't be fooled by the $165 price point versus a $140 price point of these. Like, even though this one's more expensive, that doesn't mean it's better. And you get a crazy amount of bang for your buck that I'll get into in just a second in the FuelCell Rebel V4. Also throwing this out there, they do have a triple black colorway of the 1080 V13 now. They didn't have one, as far as I remember, of the V12s or the 11s. So a triple black V13 for those looking. I'm actually kind of interested in seeing that one, but they have other colorways as well, and I'll link them again in the description and a pinned comment of the video. It'll take you directly to New Balance's website. You can sift through and see what colorways they have. Anyways, moving on and getting some information about the FuelCell Rebel V4. So the Rebel V4s are listed as $140, and I would say the fit is true to size as well. I got my normal 9.5, but I do get the wide versions in FuelCell. Personally, I like the wide version in FuelCell, the standard versions in Fresh Foam X. That's my feet. If you guys, again, have a difference in opinion, feel free to leave a comment. Instantly, you get these in hand, and they're significantly lighter than the 1080s. This is 7.5 ounces versus 9.2. Insanely light. And not only are these insanely light, they're super breathable as well. This one has a phantom fit upper on here, and it doesn't hold its shape as good as the 1080s do, but it's extremely breathable. So if you want even more breathability than the 1080s have, which is not bad on the 1080s, this is like very good. Now you get into this midsole that's FuelCell, but it's a PEBA EVA blend of FuelCell, making it just the craziest, softest, and squishiest version of the FuelCell that we've seen. I mean, this shoe is insane. Like, you put this on feet, and if you're gonna go running in the shoe, like, you have nice crazy amount of spring. If you want to be able to casual these shoes, you're definitely going to feel some soft squishiness as you're walking around as well. But the fact that they have so much squish in here is insane. In fact, I was a little concerned that there would be too much squish in these, that it would be harder to casual. But because there's no carbon fiber plate in this, like the Elite version that I've done a review on, the Elite version's like $250, I think, for that one, $225 or something like that. This one's only $140, and you have pretty much the same upper on here. And the midsole, the difference is the Elite version has a plate in the middle of the shoe. And so really this is kind of like a takedown version of the Elite, but done in the best way possible. In fact, the preferred way for myself, because I do have both of them, I'd prefer to wear this one because of the less roller action that you have walking around. So I wore these to the airport on the airplane. I didn't even take my shoes off or anything like that. They're super comfortable. When I was in Arizona, I basically wore these every single day. I was carrying my daughter around half the time. We went to the aquarium. We walked around a bunch of different places. These ones we're having on feet. Anyway, they do have a semi-gusseted tongue on here as well, although it is less padded and very thin, same as the collar of the shoe. Not as much padding here, very thin. Definitely a different style of shoe. Like, this is a sleek, fast looking runner with geometric shape on the midsole. This is like not as attractive of a looking shoe, to be honest, the 1080s, but these things are crazy on feet. Amazing shoes. Now the traction on the bottom is there, but there are some big sections where the foam is exposed directly. And this might be something that wears down quite a bit over time. Anyways, there's a lot of traction on the forefoot of the shoe though, and I think that's kind of more of the gazelle running approach, and I feel like people are going to be toeing off like this, so the section back here won't get as much wear. But for people like myself that are going to be casualing these, I feel like this section will get a little bit extra wear. And also something to note, the laces are actually very thin and very soft as well. And you do have some extra reinforcement around the eyelets, similar as on the 1080s. Now, one other thing I wanted to call out, they have a cushion rating on New Balance's website on both of these shoes. And the 1080 V13s actually have it listed as a cushioning of 3 and a stability of 2. And the FuelCell Rebel V4s actually have a cushioning listed as 2 and a stability of 2. So the FuelCells actually have them listed as less cushioning than the 1080s, which I was honestly kind of confused by, because when you put them on feet, I mean, they both are extremely good. You do have a softer feel underfoot, in my opinion, for cushion than you do on the 1080s. But again, these 1080s are insane. Like, comparison to the previous years, these ones are a must. So we're ending the video. The real question, which do you choose out of the two? It's impossible to really choose. It depends on what you are looking for in your footwear. If you need something that's more breathable, more lightweight, faster, sleeker looking, and extremely good on feet, then this is one that I would recommend. The FuelCell Rebel V4 are insane, soft, squishy, just a really good feel on feet. Again, very breathable for now, for that summertime, springtime, and then again, very lightweight. It's also less expensive at $140 instead of $165. That $25 extra you can buy at least one meal at Chipotle, I guess, with nowadays. The prices are so crazy. $25 savings is worth noting, and I would definitely recommend this version over the third version. I've tried the 1, 2, 3, and the 4. The 4 is the most superior version. I've tried the 10, 11, 12, and 13 of the 1080s, and the 13 is the most superior version. It's crazy that they've been able to do such a good job of evolving the technology. Some models don't get that same treatment. I've seen other brands that I've reviewed, like the Ultra brand that I just did. The version 1 of the Olympus is the same as the version 2 with the midsole compound. It's exactly the same. They definitely reinvented the wheel in both of these, in my opinion. Now, if you'd prefer a shoe that is more versatile on your feet, then I think that the 1080 V13s is probably the most versatile, because you do have more structured knit upper. It is not as breathable, it's not as light, but there's more structure to the shoe, in my opinion. Better traction on the outsole. Again, just the overall build quality on here is pretty solid. It's not the most attractive looking, in my opinion. Like, I love the look of the Rebels versus these, but this is one of those shoes that's going to be better year round. This one's probably more spring and summer, especially if you live in like cold areas. But the versatility of the 1080 V13s are there. I can throw these on my feet faster than I can these, just because of the tongue, the thickness, the padding. It's just better like overall experience, especially for an older gentleman like myself. I feel like this is my go-to if I'm going to actually pick two. But if I really want to have like a little bit more style involved and have maximum comfort and breathability, is again, especially springtime, this is just an incredible shoe. I can't say enough good things about it. But either way you choose, I don't think you can go wrong. Both of these are incredible experiences on feet. They both are very soft on feet though as well. Leave a comment in the comment section if you think they're perfectly soft, if they're too soft for you or not. Of course, if you have a difference in opinion, always welcome in the comment section. But I think that you get a lot of bang for your buck at 140, 165, a mature decision, definitely one where you will not regret when you buy them. In my opinion, if you're looking for comfortable, soft, squishy, these both offer extreme versions of that, and done in the best way possible. Super happy that I was able to get both of these, but this is not where New Balance ends in 2024. They have at least 3 other models that I cannot wait to try. Some of them look insane. They look like hybrids in between like both of these shoes. New Balance is doing some crazy fun stuff, and I'm excited to hopefully get those shoes when they end up releasing later this year. If you guys end up buying either of these shoes, come back in the video, leave a comment for other people, let them know, yeah, I bought them based on Hess's recommendation, and yes, this is true, or no, this is not true. Feel free to leave like real feedback for people though, because I don't want people to think I'm blowing smoke up there. I really stand by these products. It's something that I literally love standing in all day. So next trip, going to Vegas, definitely going to be wearing both of these shoes as well. It's just one of those things that I really enjoy. Have a good rest of the day though. Thank you guys for stopping by and watching. Again, if you guys want to buy them, use the link in the description or in the pinned comment, and I appreciate y'all for stopping by. Drop a like, subscribe, and all those things. And yeah, have a good one. Peace, guys.